Good morning to you all. This is Quinton Lewis, founder, owner of Rock Cod, Produce for Yourself, co-owner of Urban Eden, and I just want to make a video today to bring some motivation to you and to share some insight of a portrait that I seen today. And in the portrait it says, "I love asking kids what they want to be when they grow up because I'm still looking for ideas." And when I seen that, man, it just really just brought back so many memories of when I was a kid, man. You had so many ideas and dreams of just, being that firefighter, or being that artist, or being, whatever it is that you want to do, a football player, basketball player. You had so many ambitions. Excuse me. You had so many ambitions to do a lot of things, When you were younger, man, you didn't stress, you didn't think about none of these worldly things out here. And of course, because you were a kid, you wasn't exposed to those things. But if we are to return to a state like that, man, just think about the things that we could accomplish, man. We wouldn't be worried and bogged down with so many illusions out here. All these things that we stress about are illusions. I found myself stressing yesterday, and I'm like, why am I doing that, man? And like I said, I always say, when we stress, my brother always says, when we stress, we're thinking about the past and we're thinking about the future. We're not present. When you were that kid, you were present. You told it like it was, until, you start getting out here in society, you start getting older, and maybe even your parents or teachers or whatever told you things like, you got to get back to reality. And then when you hear things like that, it's like, what? Like, you got to get back to reality. Like, that is reality. You had imagination. These days, people don't have an imagination no more, man. I don't know, like, where it's gone. Like, we've lost that fire. We've lost that passion. And we find ourselves in stagnant routines every day, sitting in traffic, going to jobs and places that we don't even want to go to. But then we will complain about these things, but won't change it. But if we return to those days when we were a child, to that mindset we had when we were a child, and I'm not talking to like thinking like a child, but the mindset of us, just not being limited by a lot of these worldly things. Like, we didn't know that the world was the way that it was. We were so innocent, and we just had drive to do the things that we wanted to do. We would go out and we would use our imagination and be creative. Today, all that is gone because someone will tell you, man, you got to get back to reality and be realistic. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, when you tell somebody that, and you tell a child that, you just destroy you destroy all of their dreams and everything like that. And that's something that when I have a child, that I will not do. I will not tell them, no, you got to get back to reality. You can't. So if they say something like, I want to own a country or something like that, I'm not gonna shut them down and be like, nah, you can't do that, man. You got to get back to reality. I'm not gonna tell them that, because if they thought it in their head, if they conceived it up here, they can have it, But we, like, parents and grandparents and teachers and everything like that, we destroy these kids, man. We do that. And as I even, teach the kids at the school, the gardening classes, man, one of the things I do is I allow them to talk. I allow them to think, I tell them, don't say can't. Don't say that you can't do something. Don't say those negative type of words. You can do it. You got to try. Start. They'll be like, man, can you help me? Can you, I can't do it. I'll be like, no, don't say that. You can do it. Try it. Try it out. And then they realize that they can do it. And they look at me and smile and be like, hey, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got to return to, man. And if we can return to that, just think. Floodgates will open for us. A lot of things will just start coming to us and flowing to us, man, and we will be prosperous and successful, and we will get out of these ruts that we find ourselves in. Meditate, man. Clear that mind. Return to that childlike state, man, and things will just open up. So I just wanted to just share that today with you, because I seen that picture, and it really just brought a lot of thoughts to my head, and I just had to share it with you all. So I posted about it too, that picture. You'll see it on my post, and I say pretty much the same thing that I'm saying here, but I wanted to make it in a video form, more content. So peace, guys, and produce for yourself.